Economic, Social, and Cultural Influence by Alice Anthony. The outline for this slides are relevant terms, introduction, background, impact of the World Wide Web, interview video, chart, relation to CSC 101, web pages. Relevant terms. Code, the symbolic arrangement of statements or instructions in a computer program in which letters, digits, etc. are represented as binary numbers. The set of instructions in such programs. HTML is hypertext markup language, a standardized system for tagging text files to achieve font, color, graphic, and hyperlink effects on the World Wide Web pages. World Wide Web is an information system on the internet that allows documents to be connected to other documents with hypertext links, enabling the users to search for information by moving from one document to another. Computer science is the study of the principles and uses of computers. Introduction. The World Wide Web is accessed every day by millions of people in hundreds of different countries with millions of reasons to utilize the web. The World Wide Web provides information on almost anything a person wants to know, allowing us to access information that could have never been known before. The World Wide Web impacts the economy, society, and culture in millions of ways. It has changed the lives of people across our world. However, some countries are not as lucky to have this luxury we take for granted. Although the World Wide Web is growing at an extremely rapid pace, only 25% of the world has access to the World Wide Web. Could you imagine not being able to use the internet for even a day? Seems crazy. While most matured and wealthy countries have become dependent on the World Wide Web for their day-to-day activities. For instance, almost close to every job in the United States requires or assumes that their employees have access to the World Wide Web. In underdeveloped countries, this is not the case at all. With so many new tools that can connect people across the world, most people in the United States take this for granted. The World Wide Web has impacted the lives of millions of people across the world. It provides us with the tools to research, share, learn, and connect with mostly anyone at any time. Background. The World Wide Web is formed of millions of hypertext files that are stored on all computers, which allows users to access billions of networks. The World Wide Web has expanded in development at a rapid pace, allowing us to connect with people all across the country and have access to information that we could never have had before. Computer science is driving economic growth, transforming culture through the innovations and technologies it enables. These new innovations allow consumers to access more information affecting individual societies worldwide. The World Wide Web can directly relate to the employment value in the U.S. economy. With new innovations and access to the World Wide Web, there are millions of jobs supplied. The World Wide Web also allows for faster transactions to be made, which generate more money into our economy. Every day, the influence the World Wide Web has on society affects decisions, opinions, thoughts, and so much more. These changes can affect the values, norms, roles, and institutions within a community. With more advances in coding, connecting, and accessing information, our society will grow and change both at once. The World Wide Web is opening domestic leisure markets to international markets. With wide web effects, culture, tradition, and values in all countries across the world will change. With access to the World Wide Web, we are informed about the cultures in other areas of the world. This can influence people to alter our cultural beliefs, appearances, traditions to try and mirror certain aspects of a different culture. Impact of the World Wide Web. The World Wide Web affects the economy in millions of ways. About 190 million people in the United States spend about 68 hours a month on the internet. The internet opens many doors for our economy. Like I said in the last slide, one of those opportunities being employment rate in the United States. The internet employs about 1.2 million people. Each of those 1.2 million jobs supports almost 1.5 million jobs elsewhere in the economy. That totals for almost 3 million jobs in the U.S. economy alone. The direct economic value the internet provides to the rest of the U.S. economy is estimated to be about $175 billion. With more employment opportunities, there is an increase in spending because more people are making money and therefore spending it. An increase in spending means there is more money being circulated, increasing our economy. Changes in the World Wide Web include advances in technology and communication. These changes in the World Web makes communication easier across our whole world. It allows people in different areas of our world to stay up to date with events that occur around the world. More advances in technology include coding, connecting, and accessing information. World Wide Web allows people to access information about different cultures across the country. The World Wide Web can affect culture by changing the beliefs, appearance, tradition to try and mirror certain aspects of a different culture. Or it can make people prideful in their culture. The World Wide Web is a culture in itself. The interview to the left is an interview I conducted with a fellow student at the University of Rhode Island. This interview consisted of a series of questions asked by me about whether or not this student believed that the computer science affects our society, economy, and culture.
How do you think social influence affects computer science?
Glad you asked, Alice. Social influence affects computer science because, it allows you to network and connect with people in different countries around you.
Very true. Now, how do you think cultural and economic influence affects computer science?
It's a difficult one. I guess if you are networking with people in different countries, then it's sort of where cultural and economic influence ties in. Because, depending on where your culture is and, what your economic status is, it will sort of depend on what you are computing and how you utilize computers.
Thank you for your time.
The chart to the right shows a survey I conducted of 28 students. I asked the question, do you think that computer science influences our society and economy in a positive or negative way? 18 of the students responded positively, and the other 8 responded negative. Relation to CSC 101. My topic, Economic, Social, Cultural Influence, relates to CSC 101 in many ways. CSC 101 is an online class that covers a large area of computing concepts and gives a general idea of how computing affects most aspects of our world. The topic I was assigned reflects this because through the World Wide Web, you can compute many different concepts, giving people options of different networks to visit online and therefore accessing more information. In CSC 101, there were many assignments that had to be completed prior to creating my webpage. The assignments that helped me in understanding my topic most were the Computer Networks assignment as well as the Data Analysis assignment. The Computer Networks assignment allowed me to understand how people all over the world are connected through the World Wide Web. This assignment made me observe how the World Wide Web affects people in richer countries and in poorer countries. The Data Analysis assignment helped me understanding how other people view the impact of the World Wide Web page and also gave me information on how people access the web. The information I collected in my survey, shown earlier in the presentation, helped me understand the effect the World Wide Web has on some people more than others. In my survey, 18 people said computer science affects the economy and society in a positive way, and 8 people disagreed, saying computer science does not affect the economy or society. This webpage is related to my topic. The webpage shown on the right is titled Internet Economy, Valuing the Web's Economic Impact. This is a website that directly correlates the World Wide Web to the economy. This website helped me a lot while researching my topic and creating my website. The webpage to the right is the website that I created. It is a 7-page webpage that discusses the World Wide Web influence over the world's economy, society, and culture.